Kevin, as always, is swift as the wind as he knocks an arrow, pulls it, and goes for this Cray called the Red Tusk, trying to pale him, as he would do to others, basically.
What kind of attack are you doing? Standard attack?
I am doing a standard attack, yes.
You're aiming beforehand?
I am aiming, yes.
Aim and shoot.
26.
Oh, that is 4 degrees of success.
Yes.
Right, that is 8 times 4 damage.
4 times.
Yeah, 8 times 4. My damage is 8.
32.
32.
Yeah, that will be the first wound of this.
Yes.
He does not just have that.
Who's this
hanging
against
around.
again?
Okay, cool.
So to describe how you wound.
Well, he has surveyed these people. He has heard things about Red Tusk spoken about the others in hushed whispers, how incredibly dangerous he is. And seeing as, he styles himself something of a sniper, something of a sharpshooter, and taking out the biggest threats is definitely something he is, innately trained to do. So he just pulls it full pull of the bow, aims him straight in his chest, and lets loose with the arrow sets. Just thunk through mail and armor and everything, just into his chest.
Yeah, he sort of lets out an angry sort of grunting roar as he just looks at you.
Then I would like to spend a destiny point to make another attack, as is described in the rule book.
Would that be to make another action, a lesser action? Because you can only take one of each type of lesser action in a turn.
It is not a lesser action. It says, let's see on the page.
In a lesser action, no?
You'll be gaining a lesser action.
Because an example in the book is to get extra attacks by spending destiny points.
It's not example provided in the book so much as it was by like an FAQ from like one of the developers and designers. It's not strictly in the book.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, you did. Yeah, that was in...
As was shared in chat a few days ago.
Yeah, that was during the Grimmith parade of the archives.
No one else really responded to that, so I just figured it was fallow. I mean, the only person who matters responding for that is the GM. And previously, whenever Dark tried to spend a destiny point to get another attack, it was said no.
Yeah.
So far, you can get an extra lesser action, but the rules for actions specifically say you can't take the same action twice in a round.
DM overrules the fact. Then I can't do much more. And the destiny point will remain unspent.
Yep. This guy, being a very quick man with his sword and shield, looks towards Kian, looks to Varen and Tyrell on either side of him. It doesn't feel a great need to approach them, really. I mean, that's not really something he has a great urge to do. But he will go and go here, engaging with Alaric, because he's big and needs to be cut down to size.
Is he in reach?
Yeah, pretty
He's in
much.
reach for me.
Yes.
Just.
He is
Enter.
one. How far away? One.
One.
Yep, one. That's the reach of a long sword.
Okay.
Being like moving a little if needed, but.
He's technically 1.2 away.
And he will do an attack. He appears to be moving very fast, certainly. And this is deft with the sword, but he's also the youngest of your opponents here.
Sure. 20 will be 3 degrees then.
3 degrees for him would be 18 points of damage.
18. Alright, so that's... that'll be reduced to 7. A injury will bring that down to 2. So I'll do that.
Alright.
Take an
As
injury.
he lunges out, hits the armor primarily, and then scrapes off and does some slight cut or something.
You should be going before me.
Alright. Then Bree will go before you.
Yay! Okay. Just wanted to. I don't know how absolute or relative the positioning is. I wanted to get at. I suppose I could just do an awkward charge.
You're not really allowed to go outside the ring, but I'll say you can move through that
You know what?
space.
You know what? Fine. You know, there you go, God.
Sure.
Are you happier now, God?
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Bree will move towards Damon Payne because he has not acted yet this round. And that means that, well, if Bree does something to him, then Damon will be thwarted. Because that's what happens. Yes. So, that will have been a... Fuck. I actually didn't want to charge. Well, we need to make up a mind, otherwise we'll spend 7 hours here. I will go ahead, and that was so far away that I would have needed to sprint. So just to completely ignore everything, I will have sprinted, which is a greater...
Sure. More
Why
defense.
would I sprint? Yes, sprint. Yes, for the greater defense. That makes me happy.
All right.
Yes.
Good.
For this
That's
first
not like
round,
that then.
okay. We'll do that. I will spend a destiny point to gain a lesser action, which I will use to attack Damon Payne after my sprint.
All right.
Normally, someone is not able to attack like this. It was maybe be like a charge, but Bree doesn't throw herself into Damon Payne, instead lashing out with her hands and feet, with her crazy fist of power.
Situation, perhaps driving her to do more than she usually would.
The fist
Yes.
of fury.
Yes, there is Leo Longthorn Tyrell watching, and he said that they were all equals, which means that whenever she gets back home and sees Uncle Decim, it's gonna be a riot. Really, it's gonna be like a laugh. And she is heartily inspired. I mean, she's a maiden knight, and she really wasn't that inspired.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. There's not much
All
you
right,
can
that
do with
would
4
be
ones.
a degree.
Okay.
A degree.
A degree would not get through his armor then, because he's wearing Brigandine, and that would be a whopping 6 points of damage.
She will punch his armor.
Now, I did successfully hit him. Does that equal or beat his passive athletics result?
Let's see here. Passive athletics.
Which would be 4
would
times
be
the value.
4 times the value.
And you can add strength bonus dice. They would add each one.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, Bree, yeah, sort of
He's
like
not
her,
particularly strong, this guy.
yes, her gloved hand sort of grazes off his armor because she was so focused on sprinting and a bit worried about being hit by someone, because she wants to be more careful. But she does manage to latch, perhaps the surprise of what the hell is this running towards me? Bree manages to grab him, and she tries to work to grabbing his side leg, and it shouts out to Alaric, "Get him!" She fucking holds him there.
Oh, fuck that.
I see a little awkwardly, stumbles a little bit, with his axe and shield and whatnot. Just
Yes. He,
child.
as a reminder, he can't move until I release him or until he beats me on the post-fighting test. Brawling applies. He can only make attacks using brawling weapons or short blades, and he has a -5 penalty to his combat defense. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Ben.
Much as Bree often does, I would like to to wait and take my action later on, most likely after Mansa.
All right, I guess you can just sort of do that. Don't think there's a thing.
It doesn't actually move you. Doesn't actually move you when Bree does it.
Yeah,
Does
no,
it?
yeah, it's just
okay.
like a delay
Sure.
kind of thing.
Yeah, just delaying my action.
Yeah,
All right.
Later.
it was one of the new things we picked
Yeah,
up.
sure. Well, Manzer's going to go in this guy's face, obviously. And since he's using a spear-like weapon, he's just going to go right in his face to make that very difficult to use. And as such, he will use his fist instead of his blade.
Yes.
He has his blade in his primary hand, and then he has basically his big fist in the other one.
Man, sir, man, sir, man,
So
sir.
he will move over and try to punch the guy in his face.
Really, really hard.
Sir, man, sir.
He has a pretty good.
Yes.
So
Ooh,
yeah, that looks like 4 degrees, which is 24 points of damage. His armor, certainly.
It's a bit better than my punch did with all my fucking ones.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, guys, just face folds in half, surely.
I love Mancer so much.
He has
It's like, I've got a castle forged sword, but fuck this, I'm gonna punch him.
You punch this guy in the face.
Beautiful.
And if that beats the Red Tusk's passive athletics, then
So much grabbing!
You'll grab him too. Please grab the Red Tusk.
Just will take 2 injuries for that.
Pop his puny head off.
Then
Oh yeah, is that a thing we can do now? Take multiple injuries?
yeah, I think it said in the thing that there was
yes, it did
It's fine.
provide explicit examples of that in the book. The injury section.
So he will take 2 injuries, and I mean that certainly is something about the whole athletics things. Let's see here. Red Tusk is pretty athletic, as it turns out.
If he can beat a 25, my fuck.
I don't
If
think
he's
he can
like
beat a
6.
25.
Yeah, without
He
He'd have to have 5.
he
and-
is very close, but he just doesn't, and so
yeah,
Mancer basically like just goes in to wrestle with him.
Yes!
Yes.
Got him,
Red
Mancer.
Tusk is
Cry.
like this fucking he's like his ancient legacy. He's got this fucking spear. He's like, what the hell is this shit? He thought Mancer was crazy for not using a shield.
So he would retaliate because he is a berserker, but he can't because he doesn't have his
short blade.
weapon isn't
in
a
range.
short blade, most definitely.
He would have to retaliate with a brawling weapon or a short blade. Basically, he had to like let go of the
He's
spear.
not particularly good at brawling, as it turns out, because that's not really something you do. Like, what the shit?
What this shit? What the hell?
I imagine the
So,
noise from over there is he's just screaming.
Yeah, I would like to take my action now. Now take
okay.
that, transpire.
Because now if you block this guy up here from helping this, because this is on lockdown.
Or pounce on Red Tusk, who has a -5 to combat defense.
Yes, that is something else I could do.
That's something I would do. This.
Part of me is considering using Mancer as a shield, going behind him and stabbing.
Can you reach from there?
I can. Yeah, I mean, I have a range 1 weapon. I can reach over Mancer.
Okay, then I can stand behind you with my reach 2 weapon.
fucking
Different type of conga line, but
stab poor Red Tusk. He's like, oh god, help!
Yeah, okay. So I want to go ahead then, and I'm going to go ahead and roll acrobatics to try and accelerate my move action. Move slightly further,
all right.
which is a 12, and then I move 1 additional yard per extra degree beyond that. Which is just 1.
2.
No, it's 2.
2.
2.
Yeah,
So I can move a maximum of 6 with this. Like, I could do this.
Do it.
Sure, why not?
How's your combat defense currently?
My
Have you
combat
done-
defense is currently 17.
is that your thing active or not?
My passive
No.
is 17. Do you know? Can't. You know, he is grabbed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I will move up to here
Alright.
in a quick acrobatic dash, and as Mancer's got him grabbed, stab in with the blade, I suppose.
Yes. Twist it.
Get him.
It is pretty obviously 4 degrees.
Yeah.
Really
So
much of a
that's
way to
4
do
degrees,
it about that.
which is 20 points of damage.
20
Stack, stack.
points goes through the armor too. Let's see.
Step.
All right, Dark.
Yeah.
First 4-degree
Opening
attack.
up with an attack for once.
Ren has trained.
Ren has been training. His blade is slightly sharper than it used to be.
Well, and the fact that Mancer's fucking holding to some bitch.
Take another
Also helps we can't
injury.
dodge.
Can't
Yeah,
have
I'll
them.
take another injury, and then like roar and wiggle.
But he can't attack anything.
Yeah. Case sees that, and there's an archer over there, but there's some important people over here doing stuff. So
Holy fuck.
How fast is
can
this guy?
sprint.
Oh, he sprint.
Oh,
Oh,
he's-
okay. Fucking hell.
Oh, he will block
This is
me.
his movement, you know,
Oh, fuck.
going over here, basically.
What was that, a sprint? Or
Yep, that is a sprint. That's all he does there.
It's got like
I
7
can't
dice
use the
in
red dice
run.
But then he will, because he needs to get the red tusk free. He will spend a destiny point to also do an attack.
Ooh, I don't.
So I will use like a teal one to remember that, a cyan border to remember people that sprinted, because they have fancy stuff in their labels. So.
He's spending a destiny point to take an attack, is he?
You can
against
use
Mancer.
You can use
probably,
Destiny Point to.
Yeah, that's what I'm
negate his
considering. Spending a destiny point to counter his.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 4 of them.
Yes, with the great fortune of destiny points you currently have, Dark.
Mm-hmm.
As
That
he
was
will
sarcasm.
swing his crowbill.
At whom?
Mancer.
Answer. She was already clear.
Mancer can take it. Look at him.
Yeah, he's got enough health to,
Does he get a penalty for sprinting and attacking, or like how is that?
No,
No.
there's no
No.
rule for that, because usually it's not something you can do unless you spend destiny.
Okay.
But he's also very inspired.
He's as inspired as Bree was.
Well, let's see whether he actually was as inspired as Free was.
Let's hope.
He will sacrifice his bonus die, because he is an axe fighter,
Oh no!
to involve bloody
He's missing a
wounds.
die. He's on
The rumors are true. The legends have been fulfilled.
Yes.
That is 2 degrees,
Uh-oh.
which is enough to give a bonus wound in addition to the damage.
Damn.
Go, great King. Prophecy came to pass.
Yes.
As he swings the blade. Is that enough to activate shattering? I think that is 3 degrees necessary.
No, it's
Weaken
only
shattering
2,
people's stuff.
sadly.
Are you certain?
Yep.
I can quickly take a look. Yes.
Shattering, whenever you get 2 or more degrees on a fighting
All right,
test.
2 or more degrees. Then Mancer's armor will also begin to crack a little bit. He doesn't wear a lot. He wears like a breastplate to not slow down too much. But as the bill basically digs into his back, just like shattering some sort of, probably his rib from behind or something like that. As it just bites in, basically like a pickaxe going for the bone. Not quite going for an armor leg with this weapon right now. It's a little premature to take trophies. He got 2 degrees. He doesn't do a whole fucking lot of damage, and Mancer will just almost be not hurt. His armor taking almost all of it. It seems that his way of hurting people is mostly through degrees. That way. So he will cut into Mancer. Mancer will take a wound.
Nothing else.
He will have to get free somehow. Let's see if my cheat sheet has the grapple rules in them.
I can push my button for you again if you'd like.
Sure. You cannot move and may only attack with brawl or short blades.
Yes.
He doesn't have a short blade. What is the? How do you get free here? It's an
He would have to
opposed
beat
fighting
it.
check.
Yes, on opposed fighting test, brawling applies. It's a lesser action, so he can try twice.
That's not fucking likely.
Not with one
Well,
hand
if the
and
lesser
three
well,
actions
well,
can't
wouldn't
be
that
the
be the
same.
same one?
Well,
Yeah.
it is more likely now because Mancer has taken a wound.
It most
Oh, yeah.
certainly is, but this guy also has a wound. He will try though, because wiggling free would be optimal, because then he can try to get away or stab someone. So that'll be his first action. He has a wound and some injuries. Let me just check here to make sure I get the right number of the dice on him, because this would be brawling, which means he doesn't have any bonus dice. So it's pretty straight up.
and he's injured as well.
It's a -3 modifier.
There's like, this is my specialty, get off my back.
I need
Mancer's
to
like-
show people how cool I am, but I can't with you here.
Mancer's like, nope, not going anywhere.
I will beat you bloody. As he doesn't give a
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
Better at
bang,
brawling
bang.
than someone who's not really trained in it.
There you go, boy.
So I suppose that's
That's that mess.
he has a destiny point. Can he maybe get free somehow using that? Not
Be
easily.
like a burner.
Seems-
He could burn to
if you
auto
can burn
succeed.
one.
He could, but that seems a bit premature. Actually, otherwise you might go down soon.
Let's see here. Burning destiny points. Convert all bonus dice into test dice. Add +5 to your test result. automatically succeed on one test as if you had rolled the difficulty exactly. That doesn't cover a
Doesn't
post-check.
go for
though.
post-checks, no.
Yeah.
And remove all damage and injuries. Transfer another
Something.
character's successful test into a failed test, so he could burn his destiny point to make Mancer have failed that test. I guess.
That doesn't sound like an opposed test either, honestly.
No, it doesn't.
That would be the
No.
+5, which would not be enough to save that roll. Yeah, so I suppose instead he will ponder life.
Which may be short.
As he is being
Hopefully
pounded.
someone can come stop this crazy person. Which is just what good Donald here will attempt. He is, however, very slow. There we go. That is how far he can go. He is very good with his blade. Doesn't do anything fancy. As he basically moves up, sort of heavy steps with his large shield and his sword, and his brigandines are clashing around him. The nice sort of burning tree of his house. As he sort of mumbles out within his beard, like "burning bright," as he swings his blade towards his foe.
Get off the red tusk.
Ooh, bonk.
And there we go for 3 degrees of success.
Look at all those 1s and 3s. Jeez.
15, which is
Nice.
10. And Mancer will, to protect his health a little bit, he could take all that on the chin, but he will take an injury. An injury to reduce that a little bit and not have so much of a...
You can take all of it on the chin, just flat out. What the fuck?
He's the master of endurance.
As he gets stabbed, taking a slight injury. But, yeah. He's big, and he does have some armor still. Mr. Payne is, or Sir Payne, as you should rightfully be called, is the other axeman here. Doesn't have as much of a fierce reputation. Sorry, this cat that really is insistent. Here, away. But he's also currently in a bit of a precarious situation that he'd like to get out of. So he will certainly try. He's a very skillful man with his axe, but not with brawling. So that would be... How many destiny does he? Can he spend something to make that easier? Really doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, bonus die.
For now, a bonus die. For now, he will just try to get Bree off. So can you beat a 16?
Yes.
Yep. And there's
Gonna
not
beat it
5
down.
rounds. So
Can Bree beat the 16?
I saved the good roll for that, right?
Yeah.
Not the one for actually hurting him.
So he'll try to get out, but be unable to, which sucks because he was going to show the world how good he was. Rob doesn't seem to appreciate the way things are going right now. His people are not. I mean, there's a thing going on here, but this thing looks bad, really. There's a girl there.
Is he really going to strike
Is
the
he gonna
girl?
fight the girl?
But Alaric's there too. And this girl is holding his dude, so, I mean, if he's got to cut her to pieces, then that's what he's got to do,
Wow.
Sometimes,
She's a knight.
like,
This-
it's
What
unfair.
knightly
Honorable
honor.
man.
Yeah, what a knightly honor.
Charge is double movement, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he will
I'm so
charge
sad, they all figured out that I'm a girl. They listened in on our conversations. No.
It was obvious after they begin calling you a maiden knight. I mean, it's just
Yes,
not
yes.
really.
Maybe they were just making fun of me.
And that is -1 die for 2 more damage. So
Yes,
he will.
he has a penalty die for the charge. He has a penalty die because I sprinted.
Two penalty.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't
Two
think the
penalties.
Longhorn ever makes fun of anyone.
2 penalty die is a lot of penalty die.
That's
What?
penalty.
Strike.
Well, that is 2 degrees success against me.
2 degrees success is right now 10 points of damage.
Okay. 10 points of damage
Wait,
That
minus
would be +2, so that's 14 points of damage.
14 points of
Okay.
damage.
That's
Take that. Be 7. I will take an injury and reduce the remaining 7 damage down to 3 damage on my health, which does trigger my Berserker. And as I'm like sliced in the side, perhaps as like it, perhaps Rob Rain finds a weakness in the armor that Bree currently has on, because it got she's not the best at putting on her own armor despite things, and she might have been a little bit hasty to like rush and grab someone. And Rob Rain, the incredibly insightful and wise man that he is, found a weakness and exploited it. And it pisses Bree off. So, and in rage and anger, she like squeezes and tries to further manipulate the axe band that she currently has in her hands. That's factoring in the -1, 29.
Yes, that would be 3 degrees.
That is 18 points of damage.
On the
18
Axeman?
points of damage.
Yes, on the X-Man.
The Axeman has a -5, remember?
It's -5 to his combat.
That is true.
Then
Then that would be 4 degrees.
24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. Yes, he will just take a wound for that.
And it's like Bree like moves and like squeezes in and like through a series of rapid punches manages to like crack one of his ribs. And still beating his passive athletics to keep him grappled, right?
Yes, yes, you certainly are. Alaric, Sir Alaric.
He will, half casually walk up, kind of stay within range-ish.
Yep. Willis will, of
thereabouts.
course, get his free attack against Alaric.
He won't because it's out. It's when
You're
you
staying
move out.
inside his yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's when
I
you
thought it
move
was
into
if you moved
You
more
don't. You
than...
basically don't turn your back to him. Is the idea?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
And I shall swing at him with all the fury.
Who are we swinging at?
Damon.
Damon, yes. Damon Payne.
All right.
He has a -5 on his combat defense
You
because
don't
of
have to be that close, do you? Isn't your optimal like 2?
No, it's 1
Range?
on the Warhammer.
He's using the Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
And well, that would be 4 degrees. Just 4 degrees.
That will be 24. And his
Not the
shield shatters
24.
by 2.
How much damage do you do to the shield?
2.
2. Okay, it's a large shield, so it would still have
Half broken.
2 points. But yeah,
So his combat defense has gone down another 2. But this one's permanent.
Of course, he was injured by that as well.
Yeah. He was injured by 24.
and
So.
then 24 points of damage.
Yep.
Really doesn't want to take another wound. That makes him sort of able to fight well. Isn't that much of a buff guy.
It is his destiny to make you have failed that. And the Warhammer hits the stone.
So he will instead take a little bit of health damage and 2 injuries instead. Yeah. And then there we go. I sure hit like a shoulder guard plate or something, just bashing it in
Awesome.
into his body, breaking through like a chipping of the corner of his shield, making a crack in it.
Yeah. Weakening it structurally.
Also, Asher feels a little left out. Usually someone moves into the middle to do stuff there.
We
Maybe
did call
that
this
someone
happen.
needs to be Sir Ashra. You know, maybe...
He waves at Eric Prester.
Come and talk. Contact
You-
Preston.
I mean,
The
no one
bull
really
versus
seems
Sir
to-
Ashra.
then again, Manta's got this, you know.
he's got this.
So he'll sprint.